Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to play some more Pulsatio Cordis. It's from itch.io. It's from itch.io. It's a horror romance game which contains graphic depictions of violence as well as content that may be disturbing to certain audiences. For service to a sensitive audience. It contains discussions of mental health and instability, child abuse, other stuff that I can't say on YouTube, kidnapping, death, ex-living, bone fractures, homophobia, screen shakes, and trembles. So if you do not like it, that stuff, you should not play the game or watch the content here. I'm gonna confirm because I can. Okay, so we already did the warning. And last time, okay, let's show, I did ending 1. So we have 7 endings. Let's return and let's start again. What is your first name? Digital wave. Stark. Female. Yes. Do you wish? No, we're not going to. We're going to just try to go for ending 1 at 2, so. I recently moved back to the town where I spent my childhood. We only been back for a few months. My parents ran into financial trouble, so we sold our house and moved back here. I can't say I'm complaining. The city has its ups and downs, and to be honest, I couldn't really get along with a lot of kids at my old school. It feels weird to how everything changed since I was gone. Many of the shops and buildings I used to visit as a kid are gone. Torn down or replaced. More importantly, there are people in my new school. There's people in my new school. I remember many of them from primary. I was even friends with some of them. Of course, I can't leave. You can't leave for 8 years. Come back and then expect everyone to acknowledge you like they would have back then. The excitement of the new student in our year group fizzled out quickly. Soon I went from being coddled by all the pauper kids to barely even existing. So now I usually sit in the good corner of the school field, doing my best not to make it obvious that I'm sitting alone. Sometimes I talk to someone in class and get them to let me join their friend group, but it never lasts long. Honestly, it feels kind of demoralizing. It's not as if being outright bullied, but that almost feels better than being ignored. I mean, they're both forms of bullying. I usually try to stay out of people's way, but when there's trouble, I can't help but want to get involved. Sure, maybe I just want the clout that could come with exposing some conspiracy to blow up the school, or some secret student-led drug trafficking ring, but alas, I'm not that lucky. At one point, when I tried to defend a junior who was being harassed for the despicable crime of blocking someone's locker, I got paid back dearly. They threatened to spread rumors about me all over school about my opinion on moving back. People would think I was shallow and spoiled, preferring the big city to our quiet little town. That I was calling it a crap hole. It would have ruined my reputation. But someone saved my life. Sir, his name was Liev. Head boy of our school. I'm not gonna pronounce his last name. Friendly to everyone, easygoing, polite. Everyone at school looks up to him, and not just because of his personality. He also liked the smartest guy there, and according to a lot of people, is sanely attractive. Myself included. But that's besides the point. One day, I approached him in the hallway. I felt nervous but desperate. The people targeting me had blackmailed me into not reaching out for any faculty for help. I didn't know what else to do. But his kind smile helped calm me down, even if only for a little bit. And I told him about what was happening to me. As I expected, all I expected was advice. I knew Liev was a busy guy, but he told me not to worry and that he would take care of it. A few days later, I found out a further investigation was carried out. They discovered that the boys had been smoking on school grounds, which led them to being expelled. Liev hadn't just taken care of the problem, he made sure that it would never spring up again. He was the first person in our school to really care about me. I think that must have been the day I got a crush on him. I left a letter in his locker today. It was probably going to be in vain, but best to be honest with my feelings, right? If he rejects me or doesn't respond, oh well. I could cry about it over the weekend and get over it. I used that kind of treatment by now anyway. Wait, huh? I turned on my phone and saw a new message from a number I didn't recognize. Is this Digital Wave Stark? It's Liev from school. My heart skipped at the message before I shook my head to clear it. It could just be a prank, I told myself. This was way too good to be true. Mentally debating whether or not to answer it. Eventually, curiosity got the better of me, and I typed out a cautious response. Yeah. I don't want to sound rude, but how did you get my number? I gave it to him. There was two possibilities. Either Liev had found my attempt to confess hilarious, and he was getting his friends to prank text me, or it was him, or he's stalking me. I already had my number. I found myself wanting to be optimistic that it was the later. From what I knew of him, he seemed to be far too mature for that kind of stuff anyway. His reply came in within a few seconds of mine. You gave me your number in your letter today, haha. My face flushed at the reminder of the stupid letter, of the fact that I had given him my number, on the off chance that he would actually respond. I've been altering between several regretting it, and feeling relieved that it was off my chest, and now... Oh, right, oh. Sorry, I was just a little worried. It's okay, I should apologize too. It's always weird when you get random messages from the people we aren't in your contacts. It's okay. Smiley face. Was Liev actually using emoticon in his text? I didn't know why, but I found it kind of cute. He always struck me as a proper texter type. Anyways, always using proper grammar and spelling. I mean, like I said last time, I have a professor, with a doctorate, that uses emoticons, so that's besides the point. As I sat there, doing my best to frown over the fact that freaking Liev was texting me, my phone pinged with another message. So, are you free tomorrow? What? Was he serious? Was Liev freaking actually asking me out? Wait, I asked first. That would make it... Is he accepting my confession? Wait, what if he meant something else by that? What if he's just wanted to hang out as friends? What if... I stopped myself before going on a full ramble of paranoid thoughts. It was this was the most popular guy at school, for God's sake. This guy I'm currently crushing on. I had to take the opportunity before it disappeared. But first, still in my mild state of disbelief, I made sure to confirm that it was indeed a date. Yes, I am. Just to check up. This is a date, right? Not just a hangout. Hey, call me overly paranoid, but I want to know what now rather than later, to save save the disappointment. I believe you're worried that he would take a long time to respond, but moments later, my phone pinged again. Of course, it's a date. Silly, why wouldn't it be? I can't believe it. I'm actually going on a date with Liev. The next day, I'm finally here after a 10-minute walk from the station. I cross the road until I'm in front of the big gate with an archway. Liev and I decided to go to a music park for our date. An hour away, a train ride away. Our date. No matter how many times I repeat those 2 words to myself, I still can't quite believe that are true. That this is really happening. I thought the train ride would give me time to get myself together, but somehow it only made things worse. It only made me think of more ways this day could go wrong, and my family teasing remarks before I left did not help either. It's a lot better when you do it this second time. What if I accidentally spill something on him while we're having lunch? What if he makes a joke and I ugly laugh? What if I throw up on him while we're on a ride? What if... You get the idea. As of now, I'm having a lot of second thoughts about this. My feet move on my own, move my body as if on autopilot. I walk for the entrance, scanning the area for Liev. Speaking of Liev, I finally got around to actually adding him to my contacts under his actual name other than unknown. He sent me a cute text this morning, and I'm a little ashamed to admit that I read it over and over again on the train. Good morning. I'm very excited for our date. See you soon. Speaking of taking a deep breath, I do my best to calm my racing beat of my heart. I can't have him seeing me panic over our date like a love-struck schoolgirl, which I am a love-struck schoolgirl. I look around, doing my best not to make it obvious I'm looking for someone, searching for a hand, waving me over, listening for a voice calling my name, something. It dawns on me that I have no idea what he looks like outside school setting. I consider sending him a text to ask him where he is. I turn on my phone, seeing a new message from him. Hey, I can see you. Look beside the leftmost ticket booth. I look towards the spot he pointed out and see someone waving at me. I walk over. I do my best not to think about my still racing heart. As I get closer, relief washes over me briefly as the realization that the person in front of me was indeed the person I expected to meet. But then the relief is replaced by a crushing nervousness. There he is. Liev, the most popular guy at school. And my date with him has officially begun. Hey, to the wave, what's up? I'm not gonna survive this. What do I say? The sky? The sky. I mean, I guess. I want to sink into the ground. Of all the things I could have said, I said that. What am I, year 4? That is... The sky looks possibly lovely today. You know, because up in the positive? Or was it positive up? Anyway, I'm good, thanks. Sorry, how are you back? Say how are you back? Say, how are you back? Like an idiot, I stand there, staring at him silently as my throat closes up. Jitwave, are you okay? You seem a bit freaked out. I'm okay. Totally peachy. Like a peach mango pie. Damn it. Shut up already. That sounds pretty good. Peach mango pie. I want to disappear. The first few seconds of this date, and I already messed up. The words echo in my head over and over, taunting me. Liev looks quite baffled at my out of nowhere stumble, understandably, but then a look of realization comes over his face. You're shaking. Is something... I have an idea. We still need to get our tickets for the park, but once we get in, we can walk around the garden until you feel better. Does that sound good to you? The idea of having to talk to anyone, let alone a park employee. Sounds overwhelming enough, but it would only be a short while, and this would be better than trying to take a stroll through the busy urban street. So I nod, trusting my voice. Okay, shall we then? And we head to the booths to buy our tickets. I pull out my wallet intending to pay for mine, but Liev stops me, shielding my hand with his credit card. You don't... But Liev shakes his head. It's okay, he asked me out, so this is only fair. I'm about to argue his logic, but he smiles reassuringly at me, as if to say, this is no big deal. Sensing that he's not going to budge, I sigh and tuck my wallet safely back into my bag. Part of me feels relieved that I'm going to be saving money today, and that I won't have to talk to anyone right now. The clerk hands us our tickets. Sweet, have a good date, you two. I blush profusely, and I notice that Liev has some rosiness blooming on his own cheeks. All he is. I guess I could count that as a win. I saw the head boy blush. The garden's gorgeous. The rose bushes line the pebbled pathway, and archways made of greenery and rose and flowers greet us as we stroll past. I calm down a bit from my earlier panic, but I still can't get the words I said out of my head. The sky, seriously, I could not have started the day off a worse way. Liev and I haven't really been talking, and honestly, I'm fine with that for the moment. Sometimes it's nice to take in your surroundings quietly. Inevitably, someone does speak, and it's Liev. Are you feeling better? Yeah. Sorry, I just get like this sometimes. And sorry for acting like a bit of a smart aleck earlier. I just blinked and didn't know what to say. There's no need to apologize, Liev. I get it, really. People blurt out things when they're nervous. And you know what? I actually found it pretty funny. But I didn't want to laugh in your face. Thought that would make you feel worse. I breathe a huge sigh of relief, and glad he found my dumb joke funny, at least. Is that something you struggle with? Being self-conscious? Yeah, I hate it. I really do. This is the worst it's been a while. Geez, I've never actually told anyone that before. Don't tell him that I don't have many people I can tell that to. I don't really want to worry my parents, and therapy would just be another cost to worry about. I'm sorry. I remember what happened with those guys that were harassing you. Does it have anything to do with that? No, though that incident didn't really help matters. Ever since I moved back to that town, it feels like people I knew when I was younger don't even exist anymore. It sounds self-centered, but I thought that they would at least mention something from the past, one good memory that they had with me. It would have made me feel like the childhood I wasn't just a nice dream. Of course, they didn't. Heck, they probably don't even care about the stuff anymore, right? What if I'm just a weirdo? What if I'm just terrible at fitting in? I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to ramble like that. No, Liev, listening to you talk about your feelings will never be a problem. Not for me, anyway. I never knew these things were so bad for you. I'm sorry that you feel so out of place. High school can really change people sometimes for the worse. And middle school, peer pressure can turn even the nicest person into someone unrecognizable, all because they wanted to fit in that badly. In the end, that person might end up completely shedding everything they can of their past self. still doesn't make it right for those people to pretend like those relationships never existed. They were still your friends. You still shared those memories with them. Though, if they clearly not interested in rekindling things, you can't force it. That's just the way they feel. It also is just a waste of energy. If they don't want to be friends anymore, why bother with them? He has a point. I can't waste my worries on people that will never replicate. And going back to what I said about peer pressure changing people, those changes tend to come at the cost of the person's mental health. Oh, like your mental health? There's such a heavy internal conflict about what they want to be like versus what they have to be. I mean, we both have mental health issues. Anxiety is mental health. It takes a huge toll on them. Did you wave? But he has some. He's definitely has mental health problems. Saying that he's a yandere. Okay, thank you for telling me about this. I'm glad you asked me on this date. I'm glad you trust me enough to tell me about your problems. And you know what? It doesn't matter if people don't want to be friends with you anymore, because I'm here for you. I'll always be here to talk, to hang out, to vent, whatever. I know that's only our first date, but I want to help you however I can. So always remember that, okay? Even when we're not together at school, you have my number. We can call, text, whatever you need. And did you wave? What's wrong? What? I've been observed in what he was saying that I've forgotten about myself for a moment. When I finally came back to the present, I realized that my eyes have gone misty. I brushed the droplets from my cheeks, a little embarrassed. I can't believe I actually crying over this in front of my crush in public. Did you wave? I'm sorry. Did I say something upsetting? No. I've even thought even for my syphilis, the word comes out of my mouth clear. It's not your fault. I can't get myself to say anything more. Panic begins to course through my veins again. People can see me bawling my eyes out. I must look like such an idiot. Thank God Liev seems to understand, because he puts a gentle hand on my shoulder, leading me to the nearest bench. I feel like such a loser, breaking down in front of my crush like this. But if Liev was getting uncomfortable, he was doing such a good job of not showing it. He sits there, a constant content besides me, as I do my best to calm my breathing and dry my tears. He frequently casts me worried glances, but remains silent, understanding of my need for space. Eventually, I'm able to regain my bearings and keep a deep, controlled breaths. Only then, Liev speaks again. Everything all right, did you wave? My voice is a little coarse, but at least it's there when I reply. Yeah, I'm okay now. That's good, I'm glad. Do you need anything? Of course. It's at that moment that my stomach decides to grumble. I flash a mild embarrassment, but it's nothing compared to what I just made him sit through. Maybe some food. Okay, I agree. Let's go. Find a place to eat. Hold on. Liev? Yes. Thank you for covering me. Of course. It's the least you deserve. I don't really understand what he means, but Liev has been such a kind person to me. Well, he's head boy after all. He does need to treat his fellow students nicely. The thought that he only is doing it out of a sense of his duties causes insecurity to pull in my gut. Regardless, we're still here on a date, so I reassure myself he must like me at least a bit, or he wouldn't have accepted my confession in the first place. The restaurant we settled on was a quiet building that served Italian cuisine. When we stepped inside, the smell of freshly baked dough hits my nose, a wonderful aroma that makes my stomach growl. I cover my stomach with a hand, embarrassed not again. Thankfully, Liev seems to be distracted by the menu overhead. The menu pretty much only has pizza or pasta options available, with a few yummy-looking dessert options. I'll say the ice cream, probably. Hey, Digitwave, what are you going to eat? Where are you gonna get? No idea. Just like me, huh? There's so many options. Pasta. Mushroom, I'll do the mushroom. I guess I'll do the mushroom risotto. Sounds good. I'll get the same. I feel flattered that Liev is imitating me. Well, either way. Or he just happened to want the same thing I did. Though there's still the issue of the price. I know I have money left over from the week's paycheck, but knowing how they like to gorge prices at places like this, I'll cover the bill. You don't have to worry. What? Seriously, you don't have to? But I want to. It'll be one less thing for you to worry about. Guilt pulls my stomach at the idea that he's spending so much for me. I literally made him sit there while I childishly bawled my eyes out. Well, I guess I have to let Liev pay. I think I have to do the exact same as number 1. Alright, great. We placed the order, and I actually managed to look at the waiter in the eye and speak properly. Guilt begins to settle in a pit of my stomach. I hadn't wanted to make Liev take care of everything, but he had insisted that it was alright, so I accepted the offer. Though he seems to glow as we finish ordering and wait for someone to show us to our seats, it doesn't seem like the idea of paying for everything bothered him at all. He catches my worried gaze and flashes me a reassuring smile. The waiter soon ushers us to the table, right by the windows. It gives me a nice view of outside, even if the crowd attractions and rides aren't exactly poultry material. We sit there in silence for a little while. I think of how Liev had covered me earlier. It's still a little embarrassed at my show of vulnerability, but I mostly feel like I owe him something now. No, I definitely owe him now. On top of paying for admission, he even paying for my lunch. I haven't been that great with conversation, mostly letting him carry it. Even if he might naturally be better at it, it's not really a date if it's just one person initiating everything. With those thoughts in mind, I open my mouth to speak. So, what rides are you wanting to go on? I don't go to these places often, but to be honest, I guess Weber's sighting. Curious, see. I open my bag and skim through a pamphlet that the clerk had given me earlier. They got a bunch of those things, a bunch of those kinds of rides. There's a Endeavor, which I'm guessing is a pendulum ride, Fear Factor 10, which is a roller coaster, and Ride of Doom. Which one do you like? I guess a roller coaster sounds most fun, but do you not want to go? You sound a little hesitant when you mentioned it. Well, a little bit. The last time I went on one was when I was a kid, and I was screaming the entire time. That's horrible. Actually, that's the same as me. Don't worry, Digitwave. We can we can do something else. What about the rides? You can still go on the roller coaster if you want. I'll just wait for you. Well, for me, it's mostly because my mom can't do it. No. And As I go over, I have bad directions. I would get lost if I try to go to the rides. Gone to a Ren Fair, though. I mean, this is our date, isn't it? What's the point if you're not having fun as well? There he was, trying to accommodate for me again. Guilt simmering in my stomach. Dijwave, what about the others? I really don't mind. If we didn't settle on doing something, then we'll just end up wandering around until the end of the day. Besides, Liev had done something kind for me. It's my turn to do something for him. Wait, I changed my mind. Let's go on the roller coaster together. Are you really sure? Yeah, I'm older now. I'm sure I'll be able to handle it. That's great. And if you do get scared, you can always hold on to me. Predictably, my cheeks fire up. Even if the idea of being in a roller coaster again churns my stomach, given who I'm going to be with, it might be worth it. I mean, if it helps, I don't mind, okay? Yeah, sure, okay. It's then that the waiter approaches our table and serves our appetizers and drinks, apologizing for the long wait. I hadn't even noticed the time passing by, but I'm also glad to finally have something to eat. We have a plate of arachui to share between the two of us, with a side salad. Each ball has been sliced in half so that the filling is visible. I take a piece and take a bite. Crunchy, cheesy, and warm. It hits all the right places. The rest of the half quickly disappears. Is it that good? Let me try. This is delicious. Thanks for recommending it, Dijwave. No prob. I have an aunt that brings these over sometimes. Her recipe is a bit different, but I love them too. I've been looking for a new recipe to learn, actually. Any chances I could steal it from off her? Wait, you cook? Yeah, it's a bit of a hobby of mine. Against my better judgment, I started imagining a situation where we're a couple living together in an apartment, maybe somewhere in Arkland. One weekend morning, I want to wake up and head to the kitchen, still half asleep. Okay, so it's kind of changes a little bit, because first we talk about Arkland when he says that he's gonna go there for school. We didn't get to say that in this one. And Liev would be at the stoves cooking breakfast for the both of us. I would wrap my arm around him from behind, lean my head on his shoulder, and then he'll turn around and kiss me and say that breakfast will be ready soon. Did you wave? Sorry, were you saying something? I shake the fantasy out of my head. How ridiculous. For one, we would never be able to afford a place in Arkland. For two, we're on our first date. Why am I already imagining us living together? Nothing. You just look like you're spacing out. Are you okay? I'm fine. No need to worry. You were saying something about cooking before being your hobby? Oh yes, I find it relaxing and practical. I'm in the cooking club at school, though I don't usually have the time to go to meetings. But enough about me. What about you? What do you like to do outside school? Here we go again. Let's try not to blank out this time. I guess I like... my voice sometimes shakes from nerves. Mine just shakes from stuttering. I find it surprisingly easy to talk to Liev. He listens to everything I say intently, occasionally making insightful comments about the subjects I bring up. Before I bring up the fact that I play piano, something flashes in his eyes, but he merely smiles and says that he thinks that it's a pretty instrument. It wouldn't surprise me if he was learning. He also seems like a classy guy. When I finally finished rambling, Liev grins, amazed. I never knew you had so many cool interests. I can't believe we didn't go on a date sooner. Does he really think that highly of me? I flushed friends to bring up my cheeks again. Thank you. And sorry for talking about myself so long. Don't apologize. I listening to you. I do my best to hide just how much of a small comment that small comment is affecting me. This is the first time someone at school has said that to me, and it's the head boy of all people. So what about you? What do you like to do in your free time? I'm nobody special. Don't say that. You do so much at school, around school. I told you about myself. I want to know more about you too. Alright, let me ask me anything you want. Now's my chance. Do you have any siblings? Sorry, was that too personal? No, it's okay, I don't mind. I do have a older sister, but we're not exactly on talking terms at the moment. Oh, I'm sorry. She moved out years ago. We haven't spoken since. Well, I do feel pretty bad for him. I can't help but admire his strength. Losing his sister must have been so difficult, yet he managed to grow beyond that and become a responsible, considerate person on his own. Live's expression is unreadable, but I can tell that he's waiting for me to say something. Okay, I'm gonna distract him. I got a sibling too, a little brother. I wonder if Live might find it insensitive for me to mention my own sibling just like that, but to my surprise, he looks at me curiously. Roy, what year is he in? Near 9. Even if he could be in pain sometimes. It's kind of adorable to see him carrying around so many books, asking me for help with maths and stuff. I got maths instead of math. You seem like a great big sister. Thank you. We have our ups and downs, but in the end, I wouldn't trade him for anyone else. That's good, I'm glad that at least you and your brother get along well. I hope that I've made him feel better, and not just given him a cruel reminder of what he doesn't have. Got any pets? Not at the moment, but I did have a cat when I was younger. What was their name? His full name was Tabaka. It's a Korean for little onion. My mom always called him Onion. She would speak Russian to him and encourage me to do it too, since she said it would be great practice. The mental image of a kid alive chatting to a cat might just make my heart melt. He was a good kitty, but the best thing about him was how good of a hunter he was. Huh? Seriously? Yep, it might sound weird, but at one point I thought of how useful he would be in a disaster struck. He could hunt for food where it would be too dangerous for me to go. Honestly, it was impressive. Mice, frogs, birds, insects. One time he even brought home a half-dead rabbit. Not the most appetizing, but it would at least be a source of protein. What a good kitty indeed. He really was. So what about you, Teacher Wave? No, we can't really afford to keep one out at the moment. That's a shame. What if you could have one? What would it be? I thought I was asking the questions this time. Come on, I'm curious. Fine, I'll tell you. If I could have a pet, I would get sick dog, a cat. I have cats. Fellow cat person. Thanks. Maybe when I finish uni and find a decent place to live, I'll consider adopting one. Let me know when you do, okay? Of course. Where are you from? So I hope it doesn't come off as rude, but I heard rumors around school about you being from somewhere in Europe. That you're half so and half so, Electra? Is that true? Where are you born in New Zealand? I was, why is it even a topic at school? Sorry, I know how nosy people can be, and I guess I'm not helping by asking you. You don't have to share anything you don't want to. It's okay, I don't mind telling you. Thank you for being considerate, though. I was born and raised here, but my dad is French-American and my mother is Russian. That is all there is to it. I don't see why people want to know about that stuff so badly. Yeah, sorry for asking such a personal question. I was just really curious. No worries, I don't mind if you're the one asking. Are you fluent in French or Russian? I guess I speak to my parents mostly. Other than that, other than talking to exchange students, I don't really speak either often. That's really cool, though. I wish I could have time to learn another language. I barely even fluent my own. Haha. Same, but I Don't say that. You're a good speaker, Digitally. Stuttering. Yeah, definitely not. But if you want, I don't mind teaching you. Do you think that could be a fun idea for a date? Sounds great. Are you sure, though? I don't want to mess up your schedule. Of course, I'm always make time for you. How is Liev so good at saying things that make me feel warm inside? Favorite food? I guess it's mushroom rosette. You guess. He said exactly what I ordered for lunch. Speaking of which, it's taken awfully long time. The waiter has already apologized for the delay earlier. What could have happened to cause another one? Sorry, it's not really something I given much thought about. I just said that because it was the first thing that came to my mind. Mine's takoyaki. God, I get it. Or if it's American, it has to be a hamburger, but it's takoyaki, actually. Sorry as well. Those kinds of questions always put me on the spot, but I'm always so really bad with asking questions. You don't need to apologize to. But yeah, those questions are always disrespectful, always so simple. Yet at the moment you have to answer them, your brain just blanks. Exactly. It's kind of flattering that the first thing that came to his mind was something I like too. I've never had it, even if it might not be that deep. Why did you pick me? It's the question that made my mind head up my mind ever since yesterday, and now I've asked him. My mind races with 100 possibilities, most of them nonsensical, some stray out of a teen romance novel. But none of them can even begin to ease anxiety building up within me as a question is finally said out loud. I still want to know. I need to know. Digitwave? Why do you even need to ask? It's obvious. You're kind and brave, empathetic and considerate. Why wouldn't I fall for you? That's not what I mean. There's so many other people in our ear with eyes on you. Live, so many people who also kind, brave, considerate, empathetic, and actually have a presence at school. I'm just a random nobody who could barely hold a conversation without panicking. What I'm saying is, out of everyone else, why would you pick me? You want to know the truth, Digitwave? Well, it's because I love you. You're the only one for me. You always have been. It's like, yep, he's getting it. There's the yandere part again. Everyone else can burn in heck. What? Am I hoozling? I have to be. There's no way Liev just said those things. There's no way he just looked at me in such a disturbing manner. Digitwave, are you okay? You're spacing out again. Is everything wrong? Something wrong? It's nothing. I just thought I wanted to be honest with him. But what if I accidentally assault him for real? There would be no coming back from that. I just thought I saw something weird. Okay. He looks unconvinced, and I can't blame him. But how do I even begin to explain what I thought I saw and heard? I try to clear the air with more small talk. Anyway, the food's sure taking a long while, don't you think? I know. Sorry about this, Digitwave. Let's go somewhere else next time. And I'm about to tell him that there's no need to apologize. The waiter from earlier practically dashes into our table, setting down a tray of dishes. I'm so sorry for the delay. There was a huge problem in the kitchen, and we only just managed to resolve it. Here's a free pack of garlic bread for your troubles. I hope you still enjoy the food. No, it's okay, we get it. No sooner has he spoken than he immediately left, probably horribly embarrassed at having to be the one to serve our delayed food. Like how? What kind of look is that? Look of stabby. What butthole? Can you see that we were talking? Yep, stabby. He sort of stabbed someone. Get this voice right out before. What? Don't you see? Did you wave? You know his trick, acting apologetic and giving you free stuff to get your favor. That is called customer service. But he's a waiter. He has to act like that because we're customers. I don't care. There was a glint in his eyes when he looked at you. He was doing it to steal your attention away. I know it. What is going on? Peter has more common sense. 1 minute Liev was acting like the sweetest boy in the world, and next he's glaring daggers at the waiter for doing his job. Liev? Huh? My voice is so loud that a few other patrons inside glance at her direction. I lower my voice, but it's no less firm than before. You're making me feel uncomfortable with how you're acting. Are you okay? Sure. Are you okay? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, did you wave? These feelings are almost too much. I want to hold you. And at the same time, I want to murder everyone in this building. What the actual heck? Part of me still wonders if I'm not who is saying this is that if I pinch myself, I'll wake up in bed, and the whole day with Liev would just be a very strange dream. But this, it feels too real. I could hardly hear the busting sound of the restaurant, smell of the food in front of me. I see Liev grinning demonically. Demonically sounds better. What have I got myself into? The food. We better eat before it gets cold. After you start doing the death glare of the waiter, yeah. It's probably very cold. There are so many questions running through my mind, but Liev just goes on as if he hadn't just scared the living crap out of me. But now, I've just lost my appetite, but I can't afford to waste food. Especially not food that someone else paid for, even if the person it so happens to be missing from Arkham Asylum. Alright then. Soon. Good. Maybe I can ask him questions while we're eating. Play off as me wanting to know more about him. So Liev? Yeah, did you wave? I never get tired of saying your name. He might have been trying to sound romantic, but his words only send a chill down my spine. Is it alright if I ask you some more questions? I always wanted to know more about you. Gigi Life is so sweet. Of course, ask me anything you want. Okay, so I was just wondering what exactly happened to those guys who were harassing me. How did the school figure out that they smoked? Gigi Life, you shouldn't concern yourself with them anymore. I kinda need to. I'm concerned, just curious. Not concerned, I'm just curious. I just wanted to know what evidence they found. Ah, you're so smart, Digitwave. You want to know the truth, don't you? Crap, he saw from me. I can't act scared. Sorry, so I just nod. The truth is, I forged it. So he got people expelled over a lie. It was easy. All I had to do was bribe them into holding on to a pack of cigarettes. From there on, it was simple as throwing them to the dean. Apparently, the fools couldn't even keep their word. The dean found used cigarettes butts in their lockers. Why did you keep it in your locker? And then they were gone, just like that. Could have a bunch of smokers cherishing the school's reputation, can we? to be fair, people smoke in my work, and I have one porter that smokes in the bathroom, even though we're not supposed to. I told the manager that he didn't do anything about it. How did she not expect you? Kind of wish I should have told someone upper, but I keep forgetting. You could never expect the righteous head boy who had reported them in the first place. Why go so far? Because it was all for you. I would do anything for you, Digitwave. Anything. Had you asked, I would have slaughtered them like they deserved. How can you say things like that? They might have been horrible, but they're still people. You understand the meaning of what you're saying, right? Should have gone to him. Oh, I understand perfectly well. But he probably would have done this on his own. But I don't care about them. They're insignificant to me. He can't seem to see the situation in my point of view. These are real people with their own lives, their own families. It's horrible to imagine being the reason for someone losing their child or sibling. What if they had been your friend? It's the same difference. I would kill them for you too. And make them suffer for it. You would kill your own friends for me? They're not really my friends. They're just high-status shields. If I'm nice to them, they'll shut down anything bad others might say about me. Meaning people can be trusted, and thus be useful to me. Everything I have ever known about Liev is crumbling to dust. Who was this who Liev truly was all along, hiding behind a handsome face and kind smile? Yeah, Digitwave, are you scared of me? Who wouldn't be? I mean, of course, in real life, yes, and definitely. And the character is definitely scared of him, so. This is who I really am. I can't hide it from you anymore. Do you hate me? Do you think I'm a monster? Think you're a sociopath? That's not it. I should report him to the police. He just given me a detailed confession of the actual crime, not to mention his current demeanor. But given how easy he's been able to fool the Dean, I doubt that's even an option. And speaking of his demeanor, how do I know that I'll live to tell the tale? I don't doubt that he's capable of murder, even given how intelligent he is. But at the same time, he keeps insisting that he would do anything for me. Why would he be willing to go so far? Unless he plans on using me too. All at once, everything is too much. My heart pounds against my ribcage, and sweat pulls down my palms. It's even worse than the episode from earlier. The world feels like it's spinning out of control. What am I going to do? What the heck am I going to do? I vaguely register Liev tugging me out of my chair and towards the exit. Instincts scream at me to struggle, but anxiety renders me immobile from my own panic. I'm helpless as Liev leads me out of the restaurant and onto the park grounds. When I came to, I look around and find myself back in the gardens. The place where Liev had pretended to be sorry for me. Speaking of the devil, he seemed beside me, keeping his distance, but no less of a looming threat. Digitwave, are you feeling better? How can he act like a concerned boyfriend right now? Just minutes ago. Digitwave, did you bring me here? Why did you bring me here? Because you were panicking. I wanted to bring you somewhere quiet, somewhere you could calm down. You think I'll believe you when you were just talking about killing people? How do I know you won't try to kill me as well? No, I wouldn't do that. Digitwave, I could never. Then why? Why do you act like that? Why did you act like that? Sweet one moment and then murderous next. Are you trying to trick me? He's a yandere, though. Just one good day. Good day with someone who liked me. I do like you, Digitwave. I love you. I love you. I love you. I always have. No wonder. I'm so gullible. That I actually believe the most popular guy in school liked me. I guess I can only blame myself. Stop saying those things. You're so perfect. Perfect. I've watched you. You say you're a nobody, but that's not true. You're so kind and considerate. You pick up other people's rubbish. You feed stray animals. You even defend people who are being bullied. Given how he's been acting, I wouldn't be surprised, but he stalks me. Just my luck. I get an actual crazy stalker as my first date. I don't understand. You should be bitter, like me, but you're not. You're empathetic, and you're understanding, and so kind, and... What do you want from me? Huh? Am I a charity case to you? Are you trying to shower me with affection so you can show off to everyone how so gracious you are? It's like, no, he's a yandere. That's not at all. I don't care about anyone else. You're the only person who matters. Please believe me, Digitwave. All I want is to be with you and to make you happy. And if it means getting rid of the few pests along the way, then so be it. I don't know if I can. What you said here earlier, did you really mean it? Or was that all a lie to get me to trust you? I would never lie to you, Digitwave. It is really a shame that you're struggling to make friends, I know from experience. But at least that means no one will get in the way. There's no more denying it. Liev really is just that unstable. I have to think of something, a way to get out of here, to seduce him or something. I had originally thought of continuing our date, to date him until he slipped up and gave me infutable evidence, and then I could report him to the police and prevent him from harming anyone else. But with how easily he's seeing through my ruse, would that actually work? And I can't deny his feelings. No one would be that persistently infatuated if they were just trying to fool someone. And no one would go as far as explosion and threats of murder. It would have been kind of nice for him to be so devoted had he been a normal boy. Alas, I'm not that lucky. No, I choose all the yanderes. In that case, there must be a way to help him, or at least to find some help. I just have to get through the last of the state. If I end it here now, he might assume the worst. I have to watch what I say and do. One wrong move in life might stab the next person to glance in my direction. Yeah, going stabby on someone. Not a good sign. But he would get caught. Okay. I think I've calmed down now. Let's go do something. Well, we are still on a date after all. Hold on. You didn't answer my question earlier. Digitwave, do you think I'm a monster? If I answer honestly, he'll definitely take it the long way. But if I lie, he might see through it. So what should I do? Be honest with him. Again, Liev, the way you're acting is really concerning. I hate to say it, but you're not acting well. I knew it. I'm a monster. I knew it. Let me explain. You're not a monster, but I do have a request. A request? Don't talk about murder so casually, please. Even if you're doing it for me, it ruins the mood, you know. It's scary. Of course, of course. I'm so stupid. Of course I'll scare you. Of course. Of course I scare you. Of course. Live, come on. Let's continue our date. Didn't you want to try the rides? I still want to enjoy our time together. Do you want that too? Of course I do. Good. Then let's decide right now. Where do you want to go next? I don't mind. Whatever Digitwave wants, I want. Okay. But if I wasn't a factor in the decision, what would you choose? Well, I wouldn't be here in the first place if it's not for you. But I guess maybe the haunted house. Do you like the idea, Digitwave? Suggesting that after we just had to talk about scary things. Yeah, because, he's a yandere and it's perfectly in character. Actually, that seemed pretty in character for Liev. But at last, he's making the decision instead of deferring to me. At least he's making a decision instead of deferring me. Sounds fun. Let's go then. Are you scared? Don't worry, I'll protect you. I could hold on to you if it gets too much. I'm not scared. But the character is. But I can handle myself just fine. Thank you very much. Let's see the date through to the end. Starting with the haunted house. We arrived there quickly. It's only a few minutes walk from the gardens. It's styled like a abandoned mansion with dark hallways and dimly lit windows. Liev follows me like a puppy the whole way, even when this was his idea. He seems to find some weird joy in trawling behind me. Before, I would have found it kind of cute. Now, it's unsettling. Yep. No offense, but do you have to do that? You know, space. It's okay. I just want to make sure that nothing can just sneak up on you from behind. I guess that's a good point, but doesn't that leave us vulnerable to things in the front of us? Of course, you're so observant, Digitwave. Don't worry, I'll protect you from all the scary stuff. Liev strides over to stand in front of me, no more than a step away. He's so close. I could have taken his arm, but the lingering unease of what happened earlier keeps me from doing so. As if reading my mind, Liev holds out his arm violently. Hold on to me. I don't mind, really. That's all right. I'll be fine. Liev pouts, whispering something under his breath. Unfortunately, I'm close enough to hear what it is. No need to be so shy. But it's okay. The offer's always open, though. Thanks. We're always avoid haunted house. I've always avoided haunted houses. There are scary things out there. Why the guy in front of me? I love that line. Even if he doesn't mean to scare me, I can't help but bring myself to trust him. The best thing to do right now is to keep my distance and hope that things won't go badly. Things go badly. Because I've never learned not to say, oh, nothing could go wrong. Why did I agree to this? I knew that I don't cope well with these kinds of things, these kinds of places. Me drinking out the ghost face cup still. We're already been jumped by a weird butler and a ghost maid popping out from the doors. Somehow, both managed to catch me off guard. And by the way, I mean scare me. Scared the lights out of me. At least Liev is dealing with the jump scares well. In fact, he doesn't appear to rat at all. Just stares each one down with a passive expression. How are you doing that? Doing what? Being so calm. I mean, you haven't made a single sound the whole time. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to react, to be honest. It's all fake anyway. I thought people like guys like that. Did you wave? Do you not? I can act scared if it helps. Yeah, that just means you're not scared. Okay, that's okay. Me, I'm just really bad with haunted houses. I thought so, but why didn't you say something earlier? Because I wanted to try something new. I'm a grown-up now. You don't have to worry about Rory so much. Not the most alright reasoning, but at least Liev doesn't press further. Okay, but if it gets too much, just let me know. Sure. We keep walking towards the end of the hallway, passing by more closed doors, and the anticipation builds up from one of them, for one of them to burst open and for something to jump at me. But there's nothing. How boring. Try leaving. It's quiet. Too quiet. Far too quiet. We reached some kind of cellar now, and nothing has tried to scare us ever since we left the hallway. I should have calmed down after having some respite, but the complete silence combined with my unease does nothing to help. Liev is empathetic to the situation as ever, even though he stays close out of concern. At least, I hope that's why. Oh no, there's that smile again. You know, when we're this close together, I could feel it. I could feel your body heat right against me. It's addicting. So addicting. I want to breathe you. I jump scare. I want to breathe in your scent forever and ever. And boo. I just want to do a monotone. Ah! Take Live's hand. I totally got you. Are you okay? You're pale as a ghost. Wait. I'll leave you two alone now. Are you okay, Digitwave? What? You're actually... What is there to say? I clung tighter to his hand, averting my eyes, letting my actions speak for themselves. I always wanted this to happen, but now that it's really come true. Digitwave, please do come closer. I don't bite. Not giving me the chance to respond, he uses my death grip to pull me so that my head rests against his chest. It's okay, Digitwave. It's okay. Nobody will hurt you. I promise I won't let anybody hurt you. Except for me. Because you're scared of me. The heat of the light cologne and fleshy washed laundry is so much stronger here. In other circumstances, it would be comforting. Not for me. The cologne might give me an asthma attack. Still, he wraps his arms around me, stroking my back in a smoothing motion, holding me like a normal boyfriend would. His closeness calms my racing heartbeat. Hey, feeling better? You stopped shaking. I nod, letting my heart sink against his warmth. That's good. I'm good. So glad. That's good. I'm glad. So glad. But now my own heartbeat won't calm down. Can you hear it, Digitwave? It's beating so fast because of you. I could stay here forever holding you. You. And I really thought you would hate me after what happened earlier. I've been accompanying my feelings for him ever since that realization, but despite everything, I can't find myself to truly hate him. Deep inside, I can only see Liev as someone who deeply struggling with an intense session. In a way, he's like me, assessing over how I look in front of others, being paranoid over things normal people wouldn't even bat an eye over. Does that make me stupid? Maybe. But all the same, if there's some way I could help him. Liev, you know, I don't actually hate you, right? I'm glad. I'm so glad to hear that. I love you, Digitwave. I can't express that enough. My world is so much brighter with you. Is he saying that from his heart, or is that just coming from his obsession? And why am I pondering the stuff in the middle of a haunted house? Sure, it's a porn, but something I would rather ask him in broad daylight. I pry myself out of his arms and he looks at me as if he's just snapped out of a deep trance. Let's keep going. We should be close to the end. He pouts cute enough to almost make me forget the kind of person he really is. All right, if we really have to. To my surprise, being scared so badly meant the rest of the journey wasn't so terrifying. Some of the pop-ups still made me jump, but at least I managed to keep myself from screaming again. Still seamlessly floating on Cloud 9, Liev kept hold of my hand the whole way. Pace relaxed as if we were taking a leisurely stroll. Did you enjoy that, Digitwave? To be honest, no, I did not. I never want to go to a haunted house again. That's alright. We don't have to anymore. Especially not with that stupid girl around. What about you? It was fine. I don't actually care for things like this. Didn't he suggest this in the first place? Yeah. I'm just happy to brought us closer together. In a little sense, I'd at least like for that to happen again. Come to think of it, he seems strangely apathetic to a lot of things that don't involve me. Though he's in charge of all the clubs. Before I could ask him to elaborate, Liev speaks again. Anyway, it's your turn to decide. Where do you want to go next? Well, after such a harrowing experience, I just want to be as far away from this place as possible. That gives me an idea. What about the arcade? That place would have minimal fear factor, which would come with the bonus of not triggering me or Liev's paranoia. That was the most important part. That sounds fun. Alright, we can't waste any more time. Let's go. He shrugs on my hand, and I follow him out of the door without hesitation. The sunny amusement park is a welcome sight after spending so much time in the closed, dark space. Liev is still in an upbeat mood, humming a strangely familiar tune as he swings our linked hands back and forth. I can never really get used to him getting happy just being around me. It's a stark contrast to how I was usually treated at school. I guess it's nice. I just wish he didn't have to take it so far. Digitwave, what game should we play? As long as it's not horror themed, I'm down for anything. Of course, but do you have anything particular in mind? There's a claw machine game I would like to kind of like. They have some nice prizes. What kinds? Mostly stuffed animals and candy. The stuffed animals are really cute, though. I have a couple at home. Wait, what am I saying? I sound like a little kid. Anyway, they have other games as well. If you don't like, you like those better. It doesn't matter. You like it, right? So let's go ahead and play it. Wait, so you don't mind that I still... Of course not. Anything Digitwave likes is more than good enough for me. Oh, okay then. It's a little shy for me to be so worried about his opinion, isn't it? He's never exactly expressed disapproval, except for when I'm being self-detecting still. And speaking of these things someone likes, so what do you usually do after school? I asked him something familiar at lunch, but he brushed it aside. This time, I won't let it go easily. The usual things, studying, maybe some revision, if there's a test coming up. You like to study that much? Sure, you get bored of it sometimes. I mean, what do you like to do besides that stuff? He stares at me for a long while, that I wonder if I offended him somehow. Sorry, I didn't mean to. There's one thing, I recently started learning piano. So my irking at the restaurant had been true. But what could have made him want to learn it, I wonder? Me. Oh, really? Yes. You played a beautiful song in the music room the other day. It was a little difficult, but I managed to find it online. And just when I thought he'd actually become interested in something other than me. Even worse, the tune he's been humming had sounded awfully similar to the song I've been practicing. Thanks. So anything else? Have you listened to any good music lately? I don't listen to music. What about shows? I don't watch any. Not even a Doctor Who. Books. Only extra readings for school and whatever non-fiction seems useful. I don't really care for the rest. Okay, Liev. I choose Peter. Sorry. Maybe he's just not into culture still. Pop culture still. It's more than a little unsettling to hear him answer that. We sent for Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Angel. Do you do anything with your friends? I always say that I'm busy. It's a good enough excuse. You don't go out at all? Sometimes, but only for birthday parties and the like. Even then, I leave as soon as I'm able. Oh, you're into parties? That's definitely not something I expected from... You didn't say that. No, I'm not. They're boring and a waste of time. I only go if I could use the event to my advantage. Otherwise, it's just a bother. You at least like the clubs, right? I mean, since you lead a few. They're useful for scholarships, I guess, but other than that, they don't really matter. But the athletics club has been a little interesting. And what do you like about it? That's where I'm able to practice cross country. Like I like outrunning others. It's been a useful skill, very useful indeed. For criminal activity. I'm so happy that you want to know more about me, Digitwave. That's not porn. On the contrary, I want to know more about you, the things you like, the thoughts you have, everything. That's why I started watching you. At first, I liked just seeing you go about your day, making sure you were safe. But there's came a point where it wasn't enough to be near you anymore. Just now, I want to be totally surrounded by you. If I could see into your mind, know every single thing there is to know, stay with you forever and ever and ever, that I think would make me the happiest person in the world. But that wouldn't work, in my opinion. It's not a relationship. And that's not a relationship. Remember when I talked to you about my problems? You know that you can do the same for me, right? Glazes silently at me for a few seconds, considering the question, then slowly nods. Yes. If you want to know more about me, you can ask, okay? But I also want to be able to ask you things. That's fine with you, right? Of course, I understand. See, this is why I love you so much, Digitwave. You show me all sorts of new perspectives. Anyway, this has been a lovely chat, but we should get a move on. Newly vertigrated, he takes my hand, pulling me forward. I don't know what I was expecting. I guess I thought that looking into his hobbies would give me some insight on his personality, but he doesn't seem to enjoy anything that isn't purely practical or mildly disturbing. Still, I'm glad he opened up about himself for once. The rest of the walk is peaceful enough. Though Liev flashes me a very frank, wide smiles. Finally, we step through the doors of the arcade. The arcade is bustling with teens our age, engrossed in a game or crowding around the various machines waiting for their turn. I recognize a few people from school, but I can't quite get up the courage to say hi. Despite being head boy, Liev doesn't even spare them a passing glance. I spot the shooting game nearby, which gives me an idea. Liev seems very violent inclined, but perhaps he could expand that energy into a game where no one could actually get hurt. It might calm him down for a while. I wouldn't be able to look at the gory parts, but it would be worth it to keep him stable. Actually, I'll be able to do the gory parts. To hear from me, when I was younger, my mom was watching the I can't remember what show it was, but it was basically them doing surgery. Hey there. Hey, they have a game over there that you might want to check out. He follows the direction of where you're pointing, but shrugs with an uninterested look in his face. Oh, I thought you don't like that sort of thing. I probably fall out. I think I'll be fine. I just want to have some fun. I just want you to have fun as well. Isn't that game super popular with guys right now? Have you ever watched someone play before? I remember seeing someone bring a portable console to school once. I watched them play, but it all looked terribly boring. The controls looked stiff, and the blood effects were just silly. It's not the same. Me playing Pokemon, what? As that's a real thing. It doesn't matter. It's your turn to pick, right? You should get the final say. Alright, join myself, Digitwave. I'm with you after all. Okay, I guess if it's not your thing, let's go ahead. Alright, this way. I swear, the more I learn about this guy, the more unsettling I get. Liev makes a beeline for the claw machine. Here we are. Would you like to go first, Digitwave? I don't mind. Sure. I insert a coin in the slot and wait for the light to flash green, signaling the start of the game. A second later, my hand is pulsing the joystick to and fro, trying to get the claw into optimal position for pressing the button to lower it. My focus is laser sharp, the cat fleshy cell nestled near the back corner, standing out among the toys like a jewel in sand. If I could get the stupid claw to the right spot, sweat builds up in my palms as I see that I only have a few seconds left. I do my best to maintain my grip on the joystick. You can do it, Digitwave. It probably meant to be encouraging, but having his eyes on me only makes me feel more stressed with the joystick right above the fleshy. At least from where I could see, I slammed the button, my hand on the button. The claw managed to grab a limp, but it's not enough to lift the whole thing. It rises back up, moving to the front, and opens at least a non-existent prize. God, I'm bad at this. That's not fair. You were so close. It's no big deal, Liev. Let's just play something else. No, you really won that, right? Then it's a porn. Let me get it for you. Stepping up to the machine, he yanks the joystick around as if testing that it works properly, before slamming a fist on the button a few times. The sounds make me wince. Only then does he shove another coin in the slot, gripping the joystick so tightly I thought it would snap. His eyes were eerily dull, yet intense, as they focus on the claw. When it finally lines up with the prize, he holds the button down, pinning it like a cat with its wriggling play. To my amazement, the claw aims true, grabbing my plushie and dispensing it at the front. Liev swipes at it and thrusts it out to me with a grin that's just a little too wide. Here you go, Digilave. How did you? On the first try, too? I made it less troublesome. I clench a plushie in my chest, admiring it. Liev looks on, happy that I liked his present. Thank you so much. You really don't have to. And sorry for making you spend some more money on me. Don't apologize, it's not a problem at all. Come to think of it, I read about a claw machine hack online once. It had it seemed cool at first, until I found out that it would stay in that mode until undone. Wait, do you know how to reset it? No, why does it matter? Because someone's bound to know us. What if we get kicked out for messing with the machine? We won't if we're quick. Don't understand. If it's not us, some employee is going to be blamed for something that they didn't cause. That's not our concern. Besides, they rigged these things anyway. I'm almost convinced that Liev has an issue with seeing service workers as actual people. Yeah, but considering how that view seems to apply to everyone else. Okay, think of it like this. What if I was the worker who was going to be blamed? Would you still have done it? Yes. But of course I would find a way to shift the blame. I would never let you suffer the consequences. You're right, though. I don't understand. Are you really comparing yourself to other people? Yes, because that's how empathy works. Because you're nothing like them to know. Those people don't matter. You're the only person worth anything to me. My attempt to induce them, even an ounce of empathy, fails miserably. But what else could I have said? And I still have to decide what to do with the claw machine. Do I keep Liev's gift and bear with it the guilt, or reject it and risk establishing him further? Maybe there's a third option. If I return the favor, that might calm him down, maybe. And even if we get caught, then I won't have to face the consequences alone. Accept it. Okay, we return the favor. Like I did last time. Stepping up to the machine, I insert the coin. This time I aim for the cat plushie in the middle. Indeed, moving the claw is a lot easier than before. When I press the button, I sinks and grasps the prize, dispensing it to the front. Here, I hand him the plushie. Huh? He accepts it but stares at it like I just thrown him a living, breathing creature from a non-existent species. He stares at the stuffed animal in his arms for a long time, mouth slightly agape. I had to. It's actually pretty cute to see. Digilave, sound it out. Take your time. Digilave, this is, what do you want me to say? Sorry Do you not like it? Oh yes, I despise it. Take it away right now. Despite this, he squeezes the stuffed toy into his chest tightly enough that it could have burst. And despite myself, I couldn't help but chuckle at the conflict in his face. Thanks for the sympathy. Ah, no. You know, I don't mean that. I'm sorry. Oh, thank you, Digitwave. I love it so much. So much. I always treasure it. Always. I love it so much. I'm going to take it home and keep it forever and ever. I'll take such good care of it. He nuzzles the Flushy's head, inhaling deeply. And I'll make sure to preserve your scent so I always have proof of this wonderful day. It even looks like Tasbaka. You're so thoughtful. Hearing that makes you happy, right? Tell me it does. An uncomfortable gulp seizes my throat. I'm glad you like it. So, have you got a name for it? Why, Digitwave, of course. Oh, why, Digitwave, of course. Digitwave. I wish it really was you. Then we could be together forever and ever and ever. Nobody would ever be able to hurt you again. Everything would be perfect. Wouldn't you like that too? I thought that returning the favor would calm him down, but it looks like I only made things worse. Go me. It's like, go me, yay. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. I'm probably moving too fast. Yeah, you think? If you think? Yes, because confessing that you're madly in love with a person you know him for less than a day is moving at just the right space. It's moving like a freight train. Hey, is there anything else you want to do? We could play the other games. I mean, you're moving faster, Peter. Though I try to focus on its question, he merely hits me with a sharp sense of dread that someone is going to notice the tampered claw machine. I think I'm good. Can we please go? What's wrong? Remember the machine? We should really get going. I don't want to leave it like this, but... Liev casts a cold, analytical glance to the side as if scanning for any approaching staff. Okay, whatever you want, let's go. His reaction to the Flushy was so much more intense than I expected. Just what could have caused him to react so strongly? Surely he received gifts like that before. Surely he's been to places like this at least a few times in his life. Then again, this gift was from the object of his obsession. Of course, he would put it on a pedestal. As soon as we were back in the main area, Liev points out a nearby food cart. Fancy a snack? It'll be my treat. Are you sure? I'm starting to feel like a freeloader. Digitwave? Really? Well, it doesn't bother me at all. In fact, I want to do it. I mean, you were kind to give me such a wonderful gift. Of course I would. Well, free food is free food, even if it's from a obsessive stalker. Stalker, oh god. I hope no one at the arcade ever saw us leave. Okay, if you insist. Cool. We grab a cotton candy from the old vendor, who makes light conversation. Thankfully, it doesn't last too long, and thankfully Liev seems to be in a decent enough mood to actually humor him. The snack vendor wishes us a good date, muttering something about the younglings growing up too fast. Thank you, sir. With our snacks secured, we head off. That was sweet of him. I guess so. He seems uninterested in carrying on with the topic, so my eyes wander, searching for something else to talk about. As I'm distracted with my surroundings, Liev walks a bit ahead of me. My gaze drops to the brown-orange concrete, knowing the little cracks along the path. I glimpse a small white square in the ground. Crouching down, I pick it up and realize it's a photograph facing down. Liev still had his wallet in his hand. It must have fallen out from being jostled around somehow. Oh no, curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. Before I could retake it, I turn the photo over. The image catches me by surprise. The world around me blurs as I take a closer look. It features Liev as a child beside the older girl, his sister. The photo resembles his hair. They share the same delicate features, different hair colors. Liev's eyes have a slightly sharper slant, but those were likely inherited by different parents. But that's about it. Liev's sister became brightly cheerful yet refined in her neat school uniform, but Liev, he almost stares past the camera, gaze flat and empty. As if it wasn't for the school photo background, I would have thought that the two of them weren't even related. His sister seems blissfully unaware of her impassive brother, which made the contrast between the two especially jarring. And just what the heck are those eyes? Did you wave? Ah! What are you doing? Nothing. I just think he dropped something. I quickly stand up and hand him a photo. He gives me a cursory glance. Oh, forget it. I forgot I even had it. Huh? It was in your wallet, wasn't it? He narrows his eyes in the photo before shrugging and handing it back to me. It's not important. You could throw it away if you want. But isn't that your sister? He talked briefly during lunch about how she left years ago. But did he hold some resentment against her for that? Could it have contributed to his own instability? Liev says nothing. I think back to the photo, which had raised so many questions. The most pressing one being, what could have happened to those eyes, given him those eyes? They remind me of a picture I've seen in the history of soldiers with blank, unfocused stares, seeing such a face on a young child. Oh, let's sit over there. Liev points at an umbrella tables near the empty carousel. Oh, sure. Underneath a blue umbrella, and I stretch out the edge of my legs. Liev tucks his wallet away, smiling slightly at me. Aren't you hungry, did you wave? Now my appetite has waned, but I shouldn't waste the food. Taking a bite of the cotton candy, feeling it churn into dust in my mouth, I decide to test my luck. Do you miss her? Why do you ask? He has a... I want to help him, but it's not... But is it right way to go about it? Asking him abrasive questions? I'm just curious, that's all. I thought the whole point of a date was to get to know someone better. Well, he's kind of a stalker. At least I'm asking him to his face. Liev stares at me for so long that I clear my throat, wondering if he somehow spaced out. I guess you're right. Rebecca, she was horrible. She treated me better than my parents ever did, at least. Your parents? They're both awful people. I don't want to talk about them. Rebecca was the golden child of the family. She excelled in everything, and everyone liked her. That sounds familiar. I imagine the presence of pressure of becoming too much, and she reached her breaking point. As soon as she graduated high school, she left. As in, moved out of home? As in, when I came home one day, she was pretty much vanished without expiration. I think I understand why she left. My parents would force their future plans her, and I always have been a hassle too. But when she was gone, things really, truly went to heck. My behavior grew more erratic than ever, and my father began to work longer hours just to stay out of the house. I was left all alone. And one day my sister left, my mother hit me. On the day my sister left, my mother hit me, shouted that I wasn't even her son, and that she would have left me to die in the street, that she would never want me anyway. Horror and anger are in my veins. What kind of people would ever do that to their child? Lives words implied that this hadn't been the one-time thing. And you hadn't been in contact ever since. She's family, right? Surely there's some way she could fight for custody or something. No, I never saw her again. I don't even care anymore. It's all in the past. What matters is the present and the future, and I want to experience it all with you. That's why I hope you could stay. I know you're nothing like her or my parents. You wouldn't leave me behind or hurt me like that, right? I don't know how to answer that. Still reeling in everything I just learned. Was there something Liev had carried over for years, unable to express it, at the risk of ruining his perfect image? Digwave, what's wrong? Please don't be sad. I promise it doesn't bother me at all. It's okay. I'm so sorry. I had no idea you'd gone through something so. Maybe this explained his desperate need for love and validation. Maybe he feared the people he cared about would abandon him all over again, so he did everything he could to prevent any possibilities of that happening. I reached out to take his free hand in mine. His breath catches as his eyes go wide. But then he gives me an adoring smile as he squeezed my hand, rubbing gentle circles on my skin. Oh, I love you so much, Digwave. I don't need anything else. I don't need anyone else. Anyway, I talked to long enough. You barely even touch your food. Remembering to stick my hand and finally take another bite, letting the soft, sweet fluff melt in my mouth. With the air a little lighter, it's easy to eat. Liev takes as a cue to start eating as well. We simply sit in a relatively comfortable silence, letting the bustle of the music park pass by us. Even so, what I've just learned is never far from my mind. This was a boy who had suffered a grave loss and hadn't been allowed time to properly cope. It was easy to see how that would have developed into a paranoid, obsessive mindset. At the same time, this was all complicated, and I didn't want to spill into an amateur psychologist of someone I barely knew. With that in mind, I decided to focus on the now. So I reckon there's enough time for one more stop today. Since I picked the last, where do you want to go? Alright, those days gone by too quickly. I don't know how to feel about that. For one, the nightmare is almost over. I could just make it through one last attraction, then I can catch the train ride home, bolt down all the doors and windows, and think about what to do next. For two, well, we got to know each other really well. Of course, one day, I missed being able to talk to someone so easily. Ignoring the fact that the someone in question is generally mentally unstable. It's like, yep, I should really quit it with acting like he's some kind of freakish alien. He opened up to me about going through some pretty horrible things, so I should be at least try to be a little more sensitive. I know. I'm surprised too. Hey, Digwave, I like to end it on a strong note. What did he mean by oh no? Let's ride a roller coaster. Oh, no. Screw this. I'm going home. I had secretly hoped that he would have forgone by now. But I can't go back down. Now, I can't back down. I have to face the music. Do you not want to? We really don't have. We really don't have to if you're not comfortable. I didn't say that. I'm just scared. Really, really scared. Very, very scared. Are you still worried about because of earlier? Please don't be. I promise I'll be right beside you. And you can hold on to me again. I won't mind that. I'm not a kid anymore. There's no need to be terrified. Logically, there's no way I'll fall out of my seat, as I once feared, and yet, no, I'm going to see this through. I survived this long enough to through a day with Liev. I talked a dangerous, obsessive stalker out of his murderous urges. What's a few minutes of roller coaster by comparison? Okay, let's go then. That's a spirit. I clenched my stuffed toy in my chest, feeling both like a kid trying way too hard to act grown up and overly mature adult, which I guess isn't entirely inaccurate. In the show of support, Liev smiles and does the same thing. Ready to go? Well, it's now or never. And with that, we pack up our things and head off to our last stop of this crazy day. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. It feels so bad to agree to it before, but now here, before I could actually see for myself how high the track goes. Yep, that's a big track. No. I knew what I was gonna get into, didn't I? So why am I still freaking out? I'll go. My sweaty toes wiggle fruitlessly against the insides of my shoes. Did I put socks on? By wage, my eternal war. Liev sends me a concerned glance. Did you wave? Are you sure you're fine? You kind of look like you're about to. I'm fine. Totally fine. Just excited. Excited. It's all. Yup. Totally excited. I knew you're lying. In hindsight, what had been the point of pretending? We're about to get in line. Are you sure you don't want to go through with this? Decision paralyzed in a terrible thing. Decision paralyzed is a terrible thing, and somehow it's then I decide to settle in. Want to get for lunch? Nope. Neither. Whether to go for lunch? Nope. Whether not to hold onto Liev's hand? No. What to do with the fleshy? Not then. But whether or not to get in a stupid roller coaster? Of course. That's when it happens. No, I can't decide now. I have to think. I have to calm down. And I can't do that out here. I have to go to the bathroom. I can't even find it in myself to be embarrassed at how abruptly I said that. That's how bad it is. Okay, okay. I'll come with you. No, don't. I mean, I'm bursting. I'll only be a few minutes. No. I don't like that. Dude, you know what's weird? You'll look if people see you loitering outside the woman's bathroom. I'll just say I'm waiting for my girlfriend. It's true in a way, isn't it? I just need you to hold my fleshy, okay? Then they can join Digital Live Junior. Fine, fine. Okay, just tell me if anything happens. I'll break down the door if I have to. I gave a nervous chuckle. He's probably not kidding. No, he's definitely not. I give him my plushie, and he gathers in his arms beside him, his own. I better go. See you in a bit. See you soon. I could still feel his eyes burning a hole in my back on my back as I leave. Once I'm finally out of sight, I briefly consider grabbing it and heading straight for the station. What stops me is the memory of Liev confronting me about my fears, constantly giving me a way out, even considering how terrifying he can be. Is it really fair on him to betray his trust like that? Didn't I want to get him help? Or maybe it's just my self-preservation. My self-preservation talking. Instead, I follow the signs of the nearest bathroom. Inside, there's just a girl at the mirrors fixing her makeup. I enter the nearest vacant stall and lock the door. I lean my head against the cold wall, finally having room to breathe. I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm actually come this far. I'm really going to survive this date. Am I really going to make it home? I can't help but give a small laugh. There has been one heck of a day. Again, a short roller coaster ride is nothing compared to what I've already done. To the possibility of getting home safe, what stops me from just getting it over with? Still, that had been a pretty tall drop, and I'm scared of heights. And I debate with myself. My phone suddenly chimes in. A new text. I wonder if it's Mama, asking how the date's going, or maybe it's a Quentin sending kissy face emojis. Then I read it. Did you wave? It's been 5 minutes. Where are you? It's been 5 minutes. I'm trying to take a crap. Shit, I lost track of time. Before I could think of a reply, my phone chimes again, and again, and again. Are you okay? You didn't actually need to leave, did you? You're still scared. Did you wave? Answer me. Please. No sooner had my fingers touched the keyboard than he sent a few messages. A new message. It would be oppressive if not for the context. Fingers shaking, I tape out a half-baked reply. I'm just washing up. I'll be back soon. 5 minutes, barely 5 minutes. He's already spamming me. What the heck? The second my fingertips in, my phone rings with a call. No points for guessing. Who from? Sighing, I answered it. Hi, Liev. Is something up? I'm literally about to go back. No need. I'm right outside. His voice sounds strained as if he's just run the perimeter of the whole park. Already? Yep, I'll be waiting. He hangs up, leaving me to stare at the screen in silence. Why? Oh, why? Oh, why? Can't he give me a break? Because he's yandere. Seeing the urge to curl up and scream to my knees, I exit the stall. The girl at the mirror raises a brow at me, for her expression seems sympathetic. Was that your partner? They sound cleany. Yeah, my partners are yandere. Get help. Run. Like, nah, go for the red flags. I give a nervous chuckle. She has no idea. I give her a quick once-over, smoothing out the wrinkles of my clothes and brushing my hair back from my face. Okay, time to leave before Liev thinks I'm getting kidnapped or something. I step out of the bathroom, trying to ignore the pounding of my heart. Just wave, you're back. He's already in yandere mode. Oh yeah, didn't I tell you to wait? I just couldn't. You're gone for so long, and I thought you run away or something happened to you, and I was so scared. Without warning, he pulls me into a bare, crushing hug that knocks the air out of me. Don't leave me again, okay? You're always telling me, what's that bothering you? You can always tell me what's bothering you. I could only nod against his shoulder. At the very least, I believe that. It's okay. I can take care of myself. You don't need to run all the way here. Sorry, Digitwave. I was just really worried. If anything happened to you. Sighing, I reached out to pat him on the head. His hair is silky soft between my fingers and smells faintly vanilla. I'm fine, okay? I was just trying to calm down before getting in line. He gasped at the contact, but nods, closing his eyes and nuzzling my hand like a cat. It takes everything in me not to find it adorable. I nudge him away, and he looks disappointed at the loss of contact. Let's just go, okay? Okay. At least he apologized, but it's not exactly nice to know that your date can't even be away from you more than 5 minutes. Yeah, if he had... What to say, he's gonna be in the room like Edward Cullen and Peter while you're sleeping. Again, it probably has to do with what he told me earlier. Not entirely his fault. Doesn't make it any less creepy though. We make our way back to the rides with my fleshy in a deep, death grip. Ready to go? Ready as ready as I'll ever be, I guess. If anything happens, you know what to do. Actually, can I ask you a favor? Anything. I hope I don't sound weird, but can you talk to me while we're in line? Just about anything other than the ride. Digitwave, you sound like you're about to get a jab. Hey, I have to look away if I can get a shot. I know, but I really do want to go. If only so I could prove that I'm stronger than this. That would just help. Yeah, of course I will. Thanks. We make our way to the end of the end of the short line. I look up at the people in front of us. How carefree and relaxed they seem. If only I could be like that, then I could take the whole situation in stride. Then I would understand how to manage the date better. Digitwave, do you like drawing? Truth be told, I'm a terrible artist. In bio, we had to draw different skulls, and someone thought my ape skull was a horse head. I'm probably a little bit of a better drawer than him, but not much. Yeah, that's kind of rude. I know, but I think I could see it. At least it wasn't for a grade, or else it would have been a problem. Liev continues to bring up mundane topics to keep my attention on him, and before I knew it, our conversation is interrupted by the wide operator. You two together? Oh, lucky you. We have a couple seat left near the front. Wait, the front? Are there any closer to the middle or the back? Yeah, sorry, ride's pretty full. Just great, just peachy. Now I'm really made myself look like a wimp. Oh, okay, well, definitely hold on to him. It's just too late to go back out now, so I just nod in registration. Liev threads his fingers through mine as we make our way to our seats. You okay? No. Liev gives my hand a gentle squeeze, the warm presence calming my heart, right? And only a little. It'll be over before you know it, right? There's nothing to be scared of. I respectfully disagree, but the rationale part of me knows that he's right. We buckle up just as the operator passes by. They pull the handlebars down over our laps, and the reality of the situation begins to fully set in as I take a deep breath. I'm doing this. I'm really doing this. The train slowly, ever so slowly, glides up the incline. And then it stops right at the very top, along with the conversations around us. My hand is gripping Liev's so tightly that must have been painful for him, but when he glances at me, I only see concern. I quit my teeth, holding back tears. Not here, not now. And then we're falling. There whips my hair out of my face. Everything so bored, I feel like I'm going to fall out the train. When we reached the bottom, I realized I managed to keep my scream. A quick glance at Liev shows that he's calm as ever. A smile never leaving his face. Another incline. I steer myself for the inevitable. I'm falling, floating. A laugh in pure excitement, closing my eyes. I'm not dead. Then laughter turns into a scream as I turn upside down. The train slows for a few moments. I don't dare open my eyes. And then we're moving through the loops and hills, and turn faster than I could think. My blood pumps in my ears. I could barely hear my own breathing amongst the sounds of screams. At one point, some self-destructive instinct drives me to open my eyes. The Tower Park is visible from here, and awe of the view briefly overrides the crushing fear. And then we're falling again. The incline makes my heart skip a beat. What the heck? Are we going in a vertical line? To make matters worse, when we reach the bottom, the train begins to twist violently from side to side. I grip the handlebars for dear life, praying that my death would be quick and painless. My hand has particularly fused with Liev's, with how tightly I'm holding on to him. His hold on me is just as strong, but a glance in his direction shows not a hint of distress on his face. Another loop and another, so many that it makes me lightheaded. Then the train comes to a whirring stop. The world is out of focus for a few seconds. I barely register anything around me. Can barely understand what Liev is saying. Can barely feel the handlebars being lifted up. Only then, Liev squeezes my hand. Do I come to? Just a wave. Hey, are you alright? It's over. You did it. I did. The flowing feeling remains as we disembark and collect our things. Liev's hand in mine, keeping me upright as we make our way back to the main area. How was it? Did you have fun? I think I'm just glad I survived. You did great. You were so brave. To face your fears like that, it's amazing. Amazing. Normally, this many compliments at once would have sound like a disingenuous, but Liev is glowing with pride, bright smile on his face. I feel myself crumbling under his praise. Thank you. Oh, I'm so happy right now I could kiss you. Oh, too late? Sorry. I just want to celebrate. May I hug you instead? Hug. I open my arms violently to invite him. Before I knew it, I'm clenching his embrace, my head pressed against his shoulder, and his arms wrapped securely around my wrist. I love you so much. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. His grip tightens and he brushes his nose in my neck, inhaling deeply. I do my best to stay absolutely still, and a lump catching my throat. If I had felt any joy from the hug, all that went out the door in that very moment. He releases me slowly, as if it physically pains him to let me go. I really truly wish I could kiss you, but for now, this is enough. It's home time for you soon, isn't it? That's right, with the ride over and done with. It's late afternoon, using my phone to check how long it'll be until the next train. Damn it, I missed the last one. It'll be 30 minutes until the next. Really? I mean, silver lining, right? There are lots of things we could do in that time. We could get ice cream, or take photos, or anything you want, really. Well, that garden was pretty pretty. I'd like to sit down again. I kind of want to show the flowers to Mama. Is that okay? Good with you? No need to ask. Let's go. Taking my hand, Liev pulls me forward, and we make our way to the ride from the wide area all the way back to the gardens. Liev's suggestion: we take a shortcut. It's decidedly less populated than I was comfortable with, but there were still a good few people strolling about. Besides, for all his talk, Liev hasn't actually done anything to cause anyone any physical harm. I'm still a little on edge about him, but it does keep his word. Ah, that's nice. Do you think so, Digitwave? Yes, it's quiet and just as much needed after that ride. Don't think about that now. Just relax, breathe in the fresh air. Unless something's on your mind. No, I agree. I really need this. Thank you, Liev. My pleasure. We simply walk down the path in silence, listening to the birds and the grasshoppers chirping in the distance. It takes me a few seconds to notice that Liev is no longer beside me. When I turn, he's standing beside me, an unreadable expression on his face. Hey, Digitwave, can I ask you something? It's very important to me. Sure, what is it? Do you remember anything? Anything about, hey, well, look who is. I think these guys know us. Or him, at least. You have a lot of nerve showing your face. The stranger's eyes rake shamelessly over me, and I fight the urge to cringe. Figured you'd have chicks all over you. They're suckers for a good boy act, eh? It's like, oh, these might be the guys that he gave the cigarettes to. Nothing to say, you backstabbing piece of crap. Of course someone like you would sell us out. Do you have any idea what you put me through? That guy, now I recognize as one of the boys, swings a heavy fist in Liev's direction. But Liev smoothly dodges it so fast that the guy nearly loses his bounce. Coward. Then his friend lunges forward, arms out to shove him. Liev is faster, pulling away and leaving him stumbling. What the heck? Gripping his arm, Liev throws him aside so casually as if he were a rag doll. The guy lands hard on his butt, utterly stunned. I open my mouth to try to stand down, to warn him of the one coming from behind, but Liev is already reacting. The guy hooks his arm around Liev's head to put him in the chokehold, but he ducks just in time, elbowing him in the nose hard enough to draw tears. Then he kicks him in the solar plexus, knocking the wind out of his lungs, sending him to the ground. The last bully standing backs down, doing the smart thing and putting some distance between him and Liev. Hey, what's with you? Too busy being a teacher's pet to remember how to fight? But then he turns to me. You want to press your little lady friend? Well, I don't blame ya. What's your name, baby girl? You really sold for him? I bet it was for the money. No, it's because he's a yandere, and he might go stabby on you. Trust me, yanderes do that type of thing. What, you bullied me, don't come near me. Is that right? I'm so forgiveful. Say, why don't you and I head back to my place so you could tell me all about it, and I could make it up to you all night long. No thank you, sorry. The boy laughs at the look at his wives' face. Oh, did I hear a nerve there? Okay, I need to see it before I make that joke. Oh, did I hear a nerve there? Scared shouldn't leave you for a real man. You... He just pulls out the knife, though. It's like... Yep, knew he was gonna pull out a knife, though. Jokes to stab. I didn't... all jokes aside... I was joking about stabby. Liev lungs at him, wielding a switchblade, eyes blazing with uncontained rage. My question is, how did he get a switchblade all the way to the amusement park? Don't they check that type of thing? Pretty sure Disney does that, where you have to go through for stuff to actually go through. So they won't. If you have a switchblade, Disney will find out. The boy freezes at sight, looking at deer in headlights. Crap. What should I do? Sure, I really did not appreciate his comments, but at this Liev will be in a police station in handcuffs. Do nothing because, let's be fair. Liev's a yandere, and I don't want to get stabbed by the yandere love interest right now. I stand there as if rooted in the spot. In some way, maybe they do deserve what's coming. Or I keep telling myself. The boy attempts to scramble away, but Liev is faster, hooking an arm around his neck to keep him in place. Yeah, this is my yandere boyfriend. Nice to meet you. His friends move to help him, but Liev holds the blade against the boy's throat in warning. What's wrong? Go on, assault Digitwave like you were doing just now. The boy can only shake terribly in his grip, a far cry from the arrogant confidence from before. What do you want from me? Let me go. Digitwave, look, I caught him. I caught the bad guy. What do you want me to do now? I open my mouth, but nothing comes out. I can't move, I can't speak. Guess I'm just watching horrors, as my yandere boyfriend goes, ape shit on someone. I was having a good day, so you just had to come in and ruin it, didn't you? Look, man, we can forget about everything, okay? Just let me go. If only you left us alone, then we wouldn't be in this situation. See now that people like you don't even learn. What are you? The second crunch, followed by the boy's scream of pain, expecting a visceral disgust within me. But I can't look away. Liev thrusts his arm between the back to torture him. Fur, eyes shining with pure sadistic glee as he heaves out another cry of pain. There. Simon just laugh, but I just had to do an evil laugh. The boy tries to struggle in his iron grip, but with a blade in his throat, there's not much he can do. His friends can only look in adjacent horror as Liev continues to thrust his arm into the sort of unnatural angles, the cracking sounds of his bones echoing in the deep forest. Eventually he lowers the blade, coolly shoving the boy to the ground. Consider yourself lucky that I spared your other wimps. I tell myself not to look. I can't look. But then I do. Well, that is definitely needs to be You need to go to the hospital right now. Any summer vacation, any satisfaction I might have felt for his his karma is gone. I suppressed the urge to vomit. The boy laid sprawled on the ground, eyes glossy and wide, not moving save for the heavy, strained breaths. His friends cower around him, checking that he's still conscious. Trust me, he's still probably conscious, or at least he's alive. Hey, stay with me, man. We're gonna get you some help, alright? He turns towards us, leaving me with a look of pure hatred, but it quickly melts in fear when he remembers Liev. It wasn't me that did it. It was Yandere boyfriend. Just go. Get out of here. We can or we'll call the cops. I feel a stifling urge to apologize. The instinct to apologize, even though the damage is already done. But I can't stay silent, knowing that nothing I can say or will change anything. Not my fault, though. Liev's present smile doesn't change anything, even if we're hurried down the path until we're out of sight. I didn't know I was gonna date a yandere. The character, not me. I already knew I was going for a yandere game. The silence is deafening. The garden is even emptier than it was during our conversation. Confrontation with Liev. Recognizing that I'm not in a state of mind to talk, he doesn't try to start a conversation. There's remorse in his face, but I have a feeling it's not the kind I'm expecting. Definitely not. The flowers be damned. I need to sit down before I have another panic attack. I collapse onto the bench. A sudden lunge forces my body forward. Mine replying the memory of. Did you wave? Liev kneels down and catches me in his arms, but I slap them away. Don't touch me. I clap a hand over my mouth and bury my head into my knees, holding back the urge to vomit. You just broke the guy's arm. You didn't even blink. Sir, one of my coworkers, there is my friend, had her arm broken by falling. I don't want to see that. I didn't see it at all, but hearing about it was painful. Liev's brows are frowned and concerned, as if there's nothing he can do and make it all okay. To be fact, she's 6 years old, so it hurt. Took a long time to recover, and now she has extreme arthritis in that hand, like advanced. I didn't have a choice to wave. He would have hurt you. I know. I probably would have kicked him in the where the sun doesn't shine. How can he remain so calm after what he's just done? I grip him by the shoulders, staring him right in the face. Didn't have a choice. He basically surrendered, and yet you still. Why, Liev? Why do you do these things? Why go so far? You don't even. And you didn't even give me that it's all for you bullcrap. I never wanted this. So be honest with me for once. Why? Liev intensely fixated gaze takes on a hollowness. His eyes seem to pierce my very soul. It's simple as that. Everything I've done has been for your sake. But I'm guessing you want a general answer, right? Something to explain why I am the way I am. The truth is, it's because I don't care. I can't. To me, other people's feelings have always been irrelevant. So he's a sociopath. I need water. I know it might be hard to understand, Digital Wave. You're a kind, empathetic person. You care a lot about others. But think of it like this. You see all sorts of terrible things happen on the news every day. You might feel saddened, horrified, or even angry. But only for a moment. It doesn't directly affect you. After all, most times you go about the rest of your day as normal. Actually, that's not true. I think about other people all the time, a little bit more. Like, if this all make are you okay? Now, I will try to say you're a bad now I'm not trying to say you're a bad person. It's impossible to save everyone. You can only do so much. I mean, I can't save everyone. I have empathy. I'm saying that this is how I felt every moment of every day of my life. Like I was watching everyone happen from behind a screen, like nothing actually mattered. So like you're playing a video game? And he goes, yeah, that's the way I feel in some video games, but honestly, I'm still empathetic. Of course, that was until I met you. So only like one person you care about? Yep, Yander. The only person who's real. The only person who ever. But when I fell in love with you, I had to acknowledge other people as real too. To acknowledge that might take you away. That they might hurt you. That was the first time I ever felt compelled to do something. The first time I ever became so scared, so angry. I wanted to kill him. All of them. I still do. It took everything within me not to just slit his throat like a pig. Sir. That's a human being. If we're gonna date, you're gonna need to stop watching horror movies. I won't do anything to help while I'm drinking from the good space cup. I would do anything to keep you safe and happy, Digital Wave. Absolutely anything. If I had to murder an entire school for you, I would do it. Anything you need, anything you want. You could have gone to hurt too. You could have gone to prison. Do you really not care about that? No, definitely not. He is a sociopath. Or psychopath. Whichever one is. No, none of that matters, as long as you're safe. And for prison, don't worry. I could lie. I've done it so many times before. I'm gonna say he probably actually killed someone before, too. Did it really all just happen to me? Did it really all come back to me? Just why was he so obsessed? What could I have possibly done to trigger such intense, all-consuming feelings? Yeah, I kind of want to know that. Liev abruptly stands up, offering a hand. Hesitating a little, I take it, letting him pull me up. He simply stares at me for a while, expression unreadable. How long has it been that way? For as long as I can remember. I guess long before I met you. I was never like the other kids. I wasn't interested in playing with them or hanging out. All I needed to do at school was study, so I stayed away from everyone. As a result, all the other kids thought I was creepy. The teachers became concerned. Eventually, word reached my parents. My father insisted on taking care of everything. He took me to appointments and got me diagnosed and prescribed me medication. What were you diagnosed with? The thing is, none of it seemed to work. It only seemed to make me feel worse, emptier. I didn't know if he was stupid or he was really just as clueless as everyone else. Maybe he was just trying to please my mother, but I didn't care. I just wanted to feel like myself again. On top of pushing their child, so they abuse their child, but are surprised when he turns out to have issues. Big shocker. That's just so they churn to drugs before even gain some natural help. I didn't understand either, but it doesn't matter anymore anyway. My mother got me off the medication. I already become dependent on it. Whatever I was before taking it was long gone. He was long gone. Oh, the withdrawal symptoms must have been. Oh, you don't want to hear about the details. I just want to protect you. I want to show you. I want to show you how much I love you, but I can't do that like a normal person would. I can't ignore what's in the way, the threats, the ones trying to hurt you. But at the same time, I love you. I want you to be happy, and I want to like me as much as I like you. So of course, I don't want to ignore what you're saying either. You're right, though. I'm sorry for frying you again. I'm just trying to make excuses. I just want you to understand. If that's what you want, I won't hurt him anymore. Really? Yes. You matter the most. I could try to let it go. Okay, thank you, Liev. I don't think I ever fully get the way you see things, but I know you just want to protect me, and I'm really glad you're willing to look at me me from a side as well. The train arrives soon. We should probably go. I don't think I want this on my mind any longer. Wait, did you wave? Yes? Thank you. I know how difficult I could be, but I'm glad you feel like you can be honest with me. No problem. Somehow, we managed to resolve the matter relatively peacefully, tracing the foreboding still lingering with me, that some small thing would cause him to snap again. They'll be frozen in a spot, unable to do anything. But those thoughts are soon overrun with anticipation to finally going home. And then, it's time to leave. We depart the garden for the last time as the sun begins to dip into the horizon. We reach the train station with time to spare, and we decide to wait in the sitting area, facing the train tracks. In the distance, the late afternoon rays are already starting to fade in the darkness. My parents always harp on about the danger of staying out so late. The sight makes me feel uneasy. Considering everything I've seen today, it doesn't seem unlikely that something could happen. I mean, we're sitting next to someone that might do something. And it's pretty unstable. Then again, Liev has been here with me. I mean, we just have his crazy go against everyone else's crazy. But I do really do I really trust him to be my protector in all this? No, not really. True, he's promised not to target the boys anymore. Still, the memory of that guy's mangled arm is something I will never be able to forget. Who's to say Live's not capable of worse? My thoughts go again. I'm so close to getting on the train home, so I need to stay calm. Because if Live gets even the slightest irking that I start panicking in. Did you wave? Yes. You seem troubled. Great, he's already noticed. It's nothing, just mentally replaying everything that happened today. At least, I'm mostly telling the truth. I squeeze the fleshy on my lap, briefly sinking my face into the soft head. Still desperate. So despite how I've been acting today, did you still enjoy our date? Every single second. That's good. Did you enjoy it as well? I'm unsure how to answer. It's really exhausting. My social battery is about to run out. I just want to go home, have dinner, shut myself away in my room, of course. That's after I make sure all the doors and windows are locked. So our stalker doesn't come in. I might be your boyfriend, I know. Despite that, it was the first time I really got to hang out with someone in a long while. Liev had done his best to be a good, considerate date, despite his various issues, and mine as well. I decided to focus on the good rather than the bad. I did, but I don't really go out a lot, and you know my whole problem at school. But more than that, I'm really happy that my first real friend was also you. Friend, is that all I am to you? What? No, that's not what I meant. I meant that I'm glad we both trust each other like friends. I never got to ask Digawave, do you still like me? That was an inevitable question, but that doesn't make it easier to answer. I think back to my original plan, back when I'd been so terrified I considered reporting him to the police. Liev, I still like you, but I can't believe you really want to stay with someone like me. Liev? Haha. Digawave, you're so kind. I don't deserve her all. Digawave, there's something else. Something I wanted so badly to ask you earlier. I had so many things I needed to tell you, but they got in the way. They tried to stop me. That is what's going on. No one can get in the way. Digawave, tell me. Do you remember the promise we made in year 5? What promise? Our promise to marry each other. To be together forever. Forever. What are you talking about, Liev? Don't tell me you forgot. After all the time I still... He cuts off and lets out a rock laugh. Some discouraging mix of excitement, apprasion, and mania. It's like apprasion and mania. It's like Liev, you got. He suddenly pulls me in a brace, arms locking around me as if to keep me from escaping. I missed you, Digawave. I missed you so much. What? I don't understand. Marriage? I know, but we don't have to get married now. I can wait. But engaged, yes, we should get engaged as soon as possible. I almost forgot I need to. He goes down on one knee, reaching into his pocket and pulls out a small velvet box. What's going on here? Digawave, I love you. I love you so much. I love you. I loved you ever since we were kids. I would do anything to make you happy. You're my savior. You gave me a future when my world looked bleak. You gave me a reason to keep on living when nothing seemed to matter. All I ask now is that you stay with me forever, ever, and ever, and I'll be only yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Then you'll never be lonely again. I can just be the two of us. The rest of eternity, Digawave. And Liev and Digawave. Forever. Tell me, Digawave. Tell me. You want to be my wife. Digawave Stark, will you marry me? Will you promise to be mine and mine alone? This isn't right. He isn't right. This is all moving way too fast. What possessed him to propose to me on the first date? Once more I apply. The events in my mind. Had I said something that would give him the wrong idea? Had I been so lenient on him and now he believed that my feelings was just as tense oh God, what have I gotten myself into? Nothing good could come out of saying yes. At best, it would quell his obsession for a short while. To know I would be bound to him, I could keep up the act until I could hopefully convince him to get some help. At worst, I would be bound to him in a little sense. Having enabled his obsession, his paranoia would only get worse and worse and worse. Would he even let me go home afterwards? But the risk of saying no can't be ignored either. And there's no taking a third option this time. Those eyes, those expressions, he would never accept it. So, what should I do? Reject his puzzle. No. What? I said no, I won't marry you. But did you wave? Standing up, I step away from him, much to his shock. No, how can I say no? Yes, after everything I sing. You're insane. You're freaking insane. Was this your big plan? To rope me along and make me feel sorry for you until you could guilt me into staying? I thought there was still hope for you, Liev. That you could be better. That we could make this work. But now, I don't know anymore. I can't believe you would lie about something like that. That you think one good day means I could agree to such a thing. Liev, we need... This is too fast. It's running like a freight train right here. And I'm really sorry, but I don't want to see you again, ever. Please just leave me alone for now. From now on. What had possessed me to speak my mind so bluntly, to demand something he would never consider? Even so, the rush of adrenaline, I feel, almost makes it worth it. Bah! Liev doubles over in laughter, as if just told him the funniest joke in the world. Pure adrenaline myth exudes from his expression, as if I didn't just crush his heart in pieces. Digital Wave is so funny, pretending she doesn't remember. I really don't. What? Why are you listening to me? I just saying I don't... What? But you weren't the one who proposed. But weren't you the one who proposed? You shouldn't lie to your fiancé, Digital Wave. He sighs. Guess I don't have any other choice. The world moves in slow motions as he draws a syringe from his pocket and unclips it. Uncasts it. Hold still, Digital Wave. His voice holds none of the tender affection from our date. The romantic form then is gone, replaced with a shell of a person. Don't freaking touch me! Ignoring my protest, he advances towards me. Posture military straight, expression void of anything. Talking hadn't worked. Screaming hadn't worked. He's beyond reason now. I had to move. I had to dodge. But which way? Which way? Right. I swerve to the right, and he swings the needle down. To no avail. Liev shifts to follow me, an empty smile on his face. Cold comfort. The needle slides in my neck, the pain barely registering over the sinking feeling in my stomach. I'm going to die. He's going to kill me, and there's nothing I can do. Liev pulls me to the swamp, pulls me into the swamp against him, as he rejects me with the drug. For all it's worth, I wish things have turned out different. The world around me is a blur of colors. I could just barely make out the canopy, the building across. I pull away, but Liev's grip is far too strong, and whatever he's done to me, it has relaxed my muscles in my arms. It keeps me locked in place, unable to escape, barely able to struggle. What did you do? He simply draws my head to rest against his shoulder, gently stroking my hair. Shh, it's gonna be okay, Digital Wave. Just relax. His voice is too smoothing that In a herculean effort not to give in, I tried to lift my hand to wrench his arm off me, grab his face, anything to get away. But it's as if I'm Atlantis struggling against the weight of the sky. No, Liev, why? But it's too late, far too late. My body can do nothing but slack against him. I'm sorry, Liev, but there's no other way, no other way. His voice rings in my ears, my vision fades. The last thing I feel is Liev pressing a kiss on my forehead before I fall unconscious. When I come to, I'm lying in bed with my dildo on top of me. There's a strange heaviness in my right wrist. I wiggle it, thinking I had fallen asleep while reading again. Oh, he chained me up. He chained me up. My eyes widen in realization that I've been cuffed to a side table. And this isn't my room. Well, he has clothes for me, apparently. Good evening, Digitwave. I jerk at the sound of the familiar voice. No, you're finally awake. Did you sleep well? Everything comes back to me in an instant. The date, the truth behind him, how things had ended. No need to be worried. We're at my home. My house. This is my sister's old room. He points towards the table. And look, I made you dinner. You've been out cold for the past few hours, so you must be starving by now. There's a steaming plate of mushroom rosette sitting there. But what does that change? What does that change? I don't dare take my eyes off him, frozen like a deer in headlights, gesturing towards the meal again. Do you know what are you going to do to me? Nothing. I'm not gonna hurt you, Digitwave. I swear on my life. He leans in as to speak, likely trying to be reassuring, but I recall on instinct my back pressing against the headboard. Then explain why I'm chained up to the table. Why am I here? Why? Why? Why did you reject me at the station? Everything was perfect. I don't understand. Your marriage proposal? That was our first date. And what did you mean by proposed first? But you did. When we were 10, remember? I remember it like it was yesterday. It changed my life. It gave me a reason to keep living. That doesn't answer my question. Digitwave. Oh wait, I didn't see that. I thought today would jog your memory. I really did. Flowers. So many flowers. Didn't the garden remind you of anything? You don't remember who I am? I suppose it's been a long time. There's no way. Of all people. Look, I proved that I'm telling the truth. This is something I gave you just before you left. He pulls out a velvet box from his pocket, pressing it to his chest. Then he opens it, taking the contents into his palm. A flower ring inside, whittled but clearly preserved with great care. Something about it is oddly familiar, horribly so. Like I just remembered something extremely important. A missed deadline. Or a long lost friend. It's like, oh wait. My vision clouded over. I've been harping on about wanting to remember my old friends in town, when all along it's all too much. Too much. How could I be calm right now? I changed up to a freaking stalker's house, all because of something I possibly said all those years ago. How did I miss the signs to the long stairs, the repeated visits to the gardens, the way he was so comfortable around me, like he had known me for years. It's like I should have known. How could I forget about him? Did you wave? Did you wave? Are you okay? I'm so sorry. This is all a lot to take in, but you had to remember. You believe me now, right? Right? I'll say I do. Look, Liev, I believe you, but keeping me locked up isn't the answer. You have to understand, Digitwave. I need you. I need you. You're my reason to live, and I endured all those years hoping, praying I would see you again. So I have no other choice. But now you're confessed. Now you're confessed, Digitwave. You've gone all those things we're supposed to do. Still. Oh wait, I didn't read that. What are you going to do to me? You make it sound so scary. All I want is for you to understand, to remember our promise, and then we can make good on it. We'll live somewhere far away where no one can take you from me. Dude, if someone like this happened, I actually think I did that, where I'll marry you to someone. Yeah, that happened on people panicking. You don't really mean that, do you? Oh god. Just let me go home. What do you mean? This is your home now. Why me? Oh no. Don't cry. Please don't cry. Digitwave. Why would I choose you? You're the only person who makes me feel anything good at all. I was so unhappy before you came back, Digitwave. You're all I care about, right? So there's no need to worry. I would never break our promise. And I know you wouldn't either. That's why you asked me out in the first place. You knew deep down we were always meant to be. I owe you so much. I'll wait however long it takes for you to say it back to me. Liev, you need help. Actual help. You're not well. I just want you to get better. I really do. But I'm not qualified to be that person, so please let me go. No, I can't do that. I love you, Digitwave. You're the only person who matters to me. The only one. He won't listen. Why can't he? Why can't he listen? If you love me so much, then why are you keeping me locked up? So I can be your vanity project? Nah, it's nothing like that. Digitwave, you mean the world to me. Uh-oh. But because of that, because of our date, I'll see what I have to do now. I have to protect you, even if it means holding you here. Isn't this a good for you as well? You never, ever have to be alone again. I'll take good care of you. I'll cook your favorite meals, but anything you want. I'll buy you anything you want. Keep you up to date on the material at school, and hang out with you every single day. You don't have to lift a finger as long as you're here. You will never be lonely again. He's insane. Bloody insane. And completely endearably insane. Yeah, I choose Peter. Is there really no way to change his mind? Probably not. Wait. It's a long shot, but it's all I have. You're not as smart as I thought you were, Liev. You don't really think your parents would be gone forever, do you? How exactly do you plan to explain this to them? Probably kill them all. Not to mention Rebecca. She'd be horrified if she knew what you've done. Ha. You're funny, Digitwave. Did you forget that I have a car? Crap. Not to mention a way to calm you down if need be. I was gonna say I thought he killed him. He takes out the syringe from his pocket, unclipping it. The needle glints as if mocking me. Turns out my father ended up being good for something after all. Okay. Hey, Digitwave, did you know that, I don't know, it helps with society? This helps society. The muscles get all lax, so this way you never have to be tense ever again. Oh, but I need to consider tyrants and the possibility of you getting addicted. But don't worry. It's nothing like him. I'm nothing like him. Nothing at how. I'll be much more careful with you. Digitwave, say something. Meep. I'll leave you settled. I'll leave you to settle in. Just call me if you need anything, okay? No. Oh God, you can't do this. I can't let him. Your food's gone cold. Let me get you some more. Just let me go, please. Sorry about this, Digitwave. Oh, you look so peaceful right now. Sweet dreams, okay? We got lots of catching up to do tomorrow. I know. I'll make the opportunity and much better than the restaurants. You hate it too, right? So expensive for mediocre food. And that staff, they were just... Well, you know. One last thing. Your letter to me? Oh, what a beautiful, perfect, romantic letter. I have to memorize word for word. Oh, I'm sorry, though. I had to use it in such a twisted way. Ah, your handwriting was so much to warn Digitwave. Wait, he ordered my handwriting? Wasn't it fun making you seem so hopeless, so tired? Okay, stop going. I never want to feel like that again. It's all worth it in the end. Now no one could try to come after us. Good night, Digitwave. Still have... I love you. Life? You still have more? Any free. A cold feet. So I'm going to end it here for today. If you want my content, please subscribe, like the video, help out, and comment down below. See you guys next time. Backwards. I stumble backwards as he swings and kneel down. It nearly misses my neck, a sharp flash in the corner of my eye. Live's eyes go wide and I push past him to try to run. Just as quick, he grips my forearm to pull me back in. He still wields the syringe fully attuned, realizing his goal. No, my eyes zero on it, the needle, and my heart drops. I don't have any way to defend myself. Why would I? I never had the anticipation that things would turn out like this. The tears spilled down my cheeks before I could stop them. I don't want to die. I don't want to die, please. Live's lips tremble. The hand with the syringe shakes ever so slightly. I'll make this quick. If you just... I knock the syringe out of his hand far enough that it drops from the platform out of its reach. Live's shocked expression brings me a moment of triumph before I sink back into panic. I slowly retreat as he fixes his gaze back on me. You tricked me. I knew you were smart, Digilwave. Screw this, I'm going home. But I can't stop now. I knew I should have kept that. Oh yeah, I bring my own knife. Picks up Jared's, like, smacks him with it, like a kanji from Persona 4. Liev launched forward towards me, a feral desire in his two bright eyes. I narrowly managed to escape his grasp, backing towards the wall. Come now, Digilwave. As fun as it's been, we can't drag it all evening. Just stop struggling. It won't have to hurt. Before he can corner me, I move to the side and around the weighing chairs, stepping backwards until the backs of my shoes are against the platform's edge. What are you doing? The train is gonna be here any moment. You want to take your chances? He jumps up. He vaults over to the chair, landing far too close to me. I jump on the tracks. I choose to be easy kind. I clutch my chest, vainly trying to calm my racing heartbeat as he slowly approaches me. Well, this is gonna be traumatizing for people, but I hope I'm easy guide to One Piece. I'm frozen in place. There's nowhere to run. Not unless I want to risk being run over by the tracks. I'll take the chances. That's it. See, Digilwave? Liev would never hurt you. Still holding the knife, he slides his arm around me, pulling me close and nuzzling the top of my head. The drilling of being chased, coupled with the gentle wave, he holds me in a strange feeling, to say the least. Regardless, I'm stiff as a board, staring into the station windows, praying that someone will see me, help me. I was afraid I have to use that on you, but now you finally see reason. I knew you loved me too. Isekai. I don't care. Let's go home, okay? No. I can't. I don't want to. No. I squeeze my eyes shut and shove him away as hard as I can. The force of the shove propels me forward, and I bury my head into his knees as I try to stop hyperventilating. I can't go with him. I won't. The sound of the train horn forces my eyes open. I glance towards the tracks on instinct. I stare at what just happened. Shock would be the wrong way to describe it. It was beyond that. Denial would be more fitting. After all, who would have believed that they just watched someone be crushed? Well, I kind of got saved, right? My eventual return to reality is not a kind one. When I register the gory scene before me, I try to suppress the urge to vomit. Miyako, did a higher being just give me super strength here? And fail. Like, Chuck saved me. My lunch spills over the brick ground as I vomit over and over. Tears stain the horror streaming down my face. Laughing, I must be dreaming. This must be some horrible nightmare. By de-dueling myself is useless when I see Lives remains just a few meters away. Still, barely breathing. Wait. He's still alive. She's gone. I failed. How could I make her hate me so much? I tried to tell you. I really did. About eight years ago. Wait. Why can't you remember me? I still remember when we met. You came to me with me in an hour of need and offered to be my friend. Should have spent more time with you back then. Maybe all of this could have never happened. Maybe we could have been together. I suppose it's not all bad. I got to see you again after all. Thank you, Digital Wave, for today, for everything. I always loved you, and I always. Into till death do we part. Okay, this is our final. This is, if you like my content, please subscribe, like, help out, and comment down below. See you guys next time, because I tried to check ending freebie could not happen here, I think. So I don't know where it is. I know. So if there's free here, might be free here, and you probably get that one after you get everything else. So I'll see you guys next time.